Al, we were unsure last week what this episode was going to be, whether it was the penultimate or the finale, but it turns out this is the last episode of Love Life Superstar.
Yep. For now.
For now, yes, this is the season 1 finale. And we have reached it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're going to talk about today here on episode number 12 of Jared and Al Watch Love Live Superstar. I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc, Al, and Ladium.
Hello.
We are discussing season 1, episode number 12, called Song for All.
It's been a stop and start to get here because of all the shenanigans with the Olympics and junk.
It really has. It has been an adventure to get here.
But we're here.
We are here. The girls be practicing.
Yep.
They getting their practice on, trying to figure things out before they go do the whole Tokyo final preliminary dealios.
Trying to go hard.
They gotta go hard in the mother effing paint.
Whatever that means.
That's a song.
Cuckoo's dying.
Cuckoo's always dying. She's like, I'm out of breath. Ugh.
Cuckoo's a mood.
Cuckoo is a mood. Yeah, everyone's Kanon's happy. He's very happy for her and everything. But then they find out what they got to do for the final preliminaries, and they have to go perform on their own stage. They have to go find their own stage and do all that sort of stuff. And they're doing a relay, essentially, where each group performs one after the other, and it's being live streamed.
Mm-hmm.
All that sort of stuff. So they have to come out with an idea of, okay, where are we going to perform? And like some of the girls are like, let's go to a stadium. It's like, what are you doing? No, you can't go to a stadium. What are you talking about?
I love that Sumire is like, oh, let's do it at the stadium. And it's like, that's where the finals of Love Live are going to be.
Whatever, it's a power play.
It is a power play, you know. She knows what's up.
Mm-hmm.
And Cuckoo's like, well, I'll find every other stadium and ask them.
Mm-hmm. So they had to figure that out. Kanon comes home again, and the girls from Sunny Passion are there. They're like, oh yeah, we were just getting some stuff for our preliminary, getting supplies here and there. We just want to stop by and say, hey, we're gonna kick your ass.
Yeah,
and
we're gonna win.
That's that. And then Kanon's like, oh, we're gonna win too. Oh, by the way, how do you guys feel about winning? Because I don't really know how to feel about it. I just want to sing. Like, I think that's pretty cool, but I don't know really get the whole winning and losing deal. And they're like, look, once you get to Love Live, you'll understand what it means to win and lose.
Yep.
Because before, we can't really explain it to you. Once you were there and experienced the atmosphere, experience everything around it, the surroundings and all that, you will understand what it means. And Kanon's like, okay, I guess. And the Shark Girl was like, hey, if we have a rivalry, it'll make us both better, so we should do that.
Yep.
Because, oh my god, there's so many school idols now, and there's so much competition. Oh god, we need to all be better if we were going to win. So there's that.
Might as well handpick your rivals.
Yeah. Cuckoo shows up to school the next day and he's like, I tried all the venues and they didn't want to give them to us because they're not suited for school idols.
I love how she was like creeping in from the back. She looked like an old man with a cane.
She did.
It was great.
So they're still trying to figure that out, and then some of their classmates show up and are like, hey, leave it to us. We'll figure this whole stage thing out. Because Kanon comes to them the next day, I think, as well, is like, hey, what if we do some cool stars and stuff? And she draws a pentagram on the whiteboard, which is pretty dope. So she's like, let's do stars, because she sees like the lighting of the trees, because this is also a Christmas themed Love Live preliminary, because it's happening on Christmas. So she sees like them lighting up trees and stuff. She's like, oh, let's just do stars, I guess. I don't know, lights are cool. And everyone's like, cool. And then the classmates are like, we'll take care of it. You guys get ready for Love Live. Cool. So basically they all have to go get ready for the day. The day comes. Kanon wakes up very early and almost falls back asleep. He's like, no, I gotta wake up. Oh my god, it's real cold. Ugh. And then she gets some well wishes from her family, and off she goes.
I love that her dad, like, we see the bottom half of his face, and then like when they do a like wide shot, he just turns around.
He's turned around. Yep. It's pretty good.
Determined to not show dad faces.
Yep. Sumare's out sweeping the yard at her shrine because it snowed and she has to clear the pathways. Cuckoo shows up with her giant picture of Sunny Passion and is like, I need you to take this. They are rivals today. I am, for one day only, not a fan. And Sumare's just like, here, have this little charm that'll make us be all together. There you go.
Yay. Also, her sister like chastises her at one point.
Yep.
It's just funny.
Chisato makes the Olympic rings.
In shorts in the
In
snow.
shorts. She doesn't make the Olympic rings. She just makes circles in a line, but it reminds me of the Olympic rings and also you too because you made the same mention.
Yep. I blame
Ren's
the Olympic interruptions.
yeah, Ren's at her house and is like, yay, we get my maid back. Also, we have to mention as well that they tie up the whole school thing by being like, well, we have enough applicants now. Also, Ren, your dad was like, hey, I'll give you money to keep the school in.
So like the entire school story there is like wrapped up with a
Up.
bow.
We're good. So yeah, Ren's like, I get my maid back, yay! And little Chonkers in the background just like, I'm laying down.
Yay.
I'm chilling.
Yeah, it was such an odd way to wrap up the whole school thing.
I mean, that's how they did it in original Love Live too, I think.
Was it?
They basically was like, hey, we got enough applicants now. All right, cool.
All right.
Wipe our hands of that. They all go to school to practice, get ready, and they try and sneak into the gym to see the stage before they perform and everything. And they go to the gym and there's like nothing there. They're like, what is this?
And I was like, what are they thinking? Is this a
This is
show?
so cruel. And they're like, no. We moved it. We got a bigger stage and everything. It's cool. And then they go outside and like everyone has like tea candles and they're like lighting the way to the stage. They're like,
It's a very long way.
go, yay, woo.
Yelling their names.
We love you. And they lead them to like the
Also, don't trip.
Don't trip.
Don't go too fast.
They lead them to like the town center as the big stage. It's basically, hey, what if we just recreated the snow halation atmosphere?
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
And they get all prepared and everything, and they perform their song Starlight Prologue. And they do that, and then afterwards we get the countdown, or the top 5, I guess you should say, for the Tokyo prelims. And the girls of Liella come in second place with Sunny Passion, moving on to nationals.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like,
And
everyone's
Kanan
like,
loses her.
and then everyone's just like, oh, what are we gonna do? And Kanan's like, this sucks.
She
I
literally
hate
says
this.
Sucks.
Man, screw this. We're coming back next year. We are winning this thing. We're not going to let everyone's hard work go to waste. We are winning. And the everyone's like, yeah. So they go back to school the next day. Kanan puts up on the whiteboard, we're aiming for Love Live victory.
Victory.
And then they go to practice. And that's it.
That's it.
So we have the plot hole of not necessarily a plot hole, we just have an unresolved plot line of the Cuckoo thing, because she's supposed to go back if they lose.
Yep.
And obviously they lost here, so they have to try again to go for Love Live.
Mm-hmm.
I did like the idea, because I think in both original Love Live and in Sunshine, it took everyone a while after they lose the first time to kind of come back together and get the motivation to go for Love Live again.
Yeah.
Whereas in this, immediately Kanan's like, yo, this. We're going to come back and win. I hate this feeling. I don't want to lose again. We are going to prove everyone wrong. We are winning. And the whole thing just feels like this is very Love Live sports, which obviously, as we all know, Love Live is a sports anime, but it's just such a good sports trope of just being like immediately taking all of that frustration and anger from losing and coming up short and immediately just putting into motivation to be like, all right, we'll just make ourselves better and we'll come back and win. We'll do whatever we can to do that. I don't care what it takes. We're coming back and winning this thing. No ifs, ands, or buzz about it. Like, I really, really like that. Just like how immediately the motivation is like, all right, let's just win. Next time we're getting that victory. So I think that's cool. I think that's going to be a good through line for the next season. Obviously, that is just one little thing, though, so it's going to be hard to carry that as motivation throughout the entire season. So I'm guessing there's going to be hills and valleys throughout along the way and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, like we said, the whole thing with Cuckoo is going to have to be resolved at some point. So we got that all, coming ahead, I guess we could say. And then the rivalry of Sunny Passion will probably heat up because I'm going to guess they're not going to win. And then they'll have to come back and go through everything again and fight alongside Liella and all that. So some interesting things to look forward to, I guess, next season. I think I'm kind of just glad that they kind of got the school thing out of the way because, like, I feel like having 2 seasons of that again would have just been old hat at this point. So, like, just getting it out of the way now kind of helps, but I'm curious to see how they're going to bring some sort of drama into next season.
I think that, like, I understand where you're coming from on that, and I don't know that this is necessarily, like, what I would want them to linger on. But I feel like the issue that I have with this series so far is that everything's just too easy.
Yeah.
Like, everything's really gone right for them up until this point, and even then, like, they'd still got second. Like, it's not like they, like, failed completely, but, like, everything's just felt so easy.
No, I completely agree with you.
And so that's been kind of like, I don't want to say it's boring, but it kind of is boring.
It's almost like, because this is the original Love Live team.
Yeah.
And they took a look at what they did for the original series, and the original series is full of a lot of melodrama.
Yes.
And it's like they saw that and basically just decided, hey, we don't need to do that. But also they didn't really put in a lot of real drama throughout the way.
Right.
Like, there's not a whole lot of, like, character issues going against each other or anything like that. And even if it is, it's solved pretty quickly.
Yep.
So there's not a whole lot of, like, oh man, what's going to happen? And even when there is, it's like you said, like with the school thing, it's let's just resolve it and throw it out the way.
Yep.
So I think going into a second season is going to make, this series probably have to come up to face with a lot of those kinds of questions of, like, all right, how do we keep people invested when, this group has pretty much had an easy route going forward and had just one misstep. Like, can we just keep doing that again and produce the same results, or what are we going to do to make things more difficult and produce some sort of drama going forward?
And I think that's one thing that I really liked about Sunshine is that, I mean, they were definitely fighters, and they didn't skate through everything. Like they went through a lot to get to where they ended up.
Yeah.
And so this one, like I said, just felt too easy. And I know that we had issues with the Nijigasaki one as well, but I feel like they did better in, like, fleshing out the characters in that. Which I guess if you have an episode dedicated to each character, like,
it's easier
that
to
happens.
do that. Yeah.
But I mean, you kind of get that here too when they each join up, but
Especially because, like, there's only 5 gals that you really focus on here. You would have thought they would have done better with that.
yeah.
Because you don't have to focus in on 9 this time. But
Right.
it doesn't really happen that much. Like, there are a few times here and there that it happens and it's pretty decent, but for the most part, it kind of seems like it's hit or miss.
Yeah. I mean, like, basically everything with Ren at this point has been resolved. Like, she doesn't have to worry about whether or not she's going to be homeless, and she doesn't have to worry about the school and following her mom's legacy, and she doesn't have to worry about like the student council president stuff. Like, there's not really anything with her that, like, is really a problem at the moment. Like, the only one that really has any kind of real struggle besides Kanan, who is like, all right, now I'm mad, we gotta win, is Cuckoo, and that's all unresolved.
Like, I wonder if the thing that they're going to try and do next season is that, like, she has to go home. So
Yeah.
like, half of the season they have to try and find a replacement or figure out how to work things without her, and then she just eventually comes back or something of that nature.
I don't know. I mean, like,
Or maybe they try and add more members.
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Who is to say? Like I said, it just all felt super easy and like
Yeah, no, I get that.
wrapped up in a nice little bow,
Mm-hmm.
and like, all right, cool. I don't know. Maybe I just like it when
There's a struggle.
not that there's a struggle necessarily, but that you see somebody like really, really fight for what they want.
It's more realistic.
Yes. And like I think you and I can both agree that like Chica is probably one of the best anime characters in terms of writing,
Mm-hmm.
especially pro tag wise. Like she's very flawed. Um, but she also has so many good qualities and just does not give up.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's just kind of weird to go from like Sunshine to this as a main line. I'm like, okay.
I mean,
We're
that was
basically
kind of
going like polar opposite here of like struggle, struggle, struggle to like, all right, everything's just easy peasy.
no, I get that. I mean, that was kind of the thing we were concerned about going in because we knew this was the original Love Live team,
Right.
which I think this is probably better than that first season of Love Live.
I would agree with you.
But I wonder if this would have worked better if this was just like a one season.
Yeah.
Because I think that would make more sense of them getting like making it a little bit easier on them because there's a condensed story happening here.
Right.
But presuming this is 2 seasons, and most likely it is, considering how it ends and all that, it's going to be really curious to see just what they do to hook people in for a second season.
Right.
Outside of just, hey, we want to win Love Live.
Right. And I mean, like, I'm definitely interested to see where it goes, and like I am already super invested in their voice actresses and
Yeah.
all that. So like I'm not like dunking on Layla at all, but
No. I like I said, I completely understand where you're coming from your perspective here.
yeah. I mean, I think the fact that like we both were just kind of like that's it when it ended
Mm-hmm.
is not really a great sign.
Yeah.
um, but you know, there's still a whole another season that can add what we're looking for.
Yeah, I guess we should mention that like we are saying presumably there's a second season with how like that episode ends, and also
Yeah.
because they did not announce anything at the end of the episode, but
Mhm.
most likely they will probably announce something during the Liela tour that they're going on, like right after
Mhm.
this season wraps up and everything, or it might be at the New Year's Eve show with Liela, Nijigasaki, and Aqua.
That makes sense.
So I would assume that's going to be a spot to announce that, or someplace down the road.
Yeah.
But more than likely, there's going to be a second season of this, and we will see how the tale of Liela wraps up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a betting gal like at all. And I would bet money that I don't have on it getting a second season.
If Nijigasaki gets a second season, this is getting a second season guaranteed.
Yes, I agree.
So it's just a matter of when they decide to announce it.
So one other thing I wanted to bring up on this, I'm sure you can figure out who I have attached to the most.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite character in this so far? Besides the Chonker, he doesn't count because he's delightful and everybody should love him.
How dare you? Shankar is obviously number one.
That's what I said. Besides the Chonker, because everybody
No,
loves him.
but
and
we
they
have to
should.
always shout out to Shankar.
We do.
I like Cuckoo,
I like Cuckoo a lot.
and I like Sumire.
Hmm.
Those are probably like top 2.
I would agree with you. Cuckoo she's a mood like 98% of the time. I didn't expect to like her as much as I do. Like I just based off like the initial character information.
Yeah.
But like she's really, really good. So those two, and I also like their dynamic. They've got an interesting dynamic. And I mean, Gremlin characters that tend to always be good characters. So
Yeah. I think the only thing I'm really surprised by from this finale is that they don't mention the Cuckoo thing.
Yeah, that just kind of like dropped and like there's not even a hint at it. Like I would have dropped some kind of hint
Like if you could
of
just do something
like her getting
subtle of like Sumire looking over at Cuckoo or something like that.
something like that, or like Cuckoo checking her phone after or something.
Yeah.
And like you don't have to show what it says. You could just show her looking at her, or like you said, Sumari like showing a concerned face or something. Like
Like I thought at the end there when they were at practice again, like that was going to be the thing where Cuckoo has to go off and get another phone call or something.
yeah.
But that is not the case. So yeah, that was a little weird, but other than that, it's a finale episode, and that's kind of usually how these season one Love Live finale episodes kind of go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I believe that covers our hey, this is what we think about the series as a whole
Yeah.
deal as well. So I don't have to
Snow
ask that
Halation
question.
Part 2.
Snow Halation Part 2.
The
Yeah.
electric boogaloo Snow Halation.
Snow Halation 2, Snow Halation Harder.
There you go.
Let's talk about some notes and trivia real quick. There's not a whole lot, and a lot of it we've basically already talked about.
Okay.
Our NHKE broadcast exclusive end card this week is of Liella in their Starlight Prologue outfits.
Their gear.
Yep. The callback to previous Love Live is basically about how that looked a lot like Snow Halation.
What?
And then continuity notes is about Ren's Papa getting talked about again because he wants to show some support.
How are we not bringing up the fact that she got called out for looking at inappropriate material online again?
That
Like,
was pretty good.
that was pretty good. That's some continuity notes.
That's some good continuity right there.
There you go. I need to go edit the wiki.
Well, that does it.
Wouldn't be the first time.
No, it wouldn't be. That wraps up Love Live Superstar for now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll eventually come back to this whenever they decide to air a second season,
Mm-hmm.
whenever that will be. Before that, of course, will be the Love Live Nijigasaki. We'll talk about and watch season 2 when that airs next year.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, we will be returning once again back to the far, far time of the past,
The feudal era.
the feudal era of Inuyasha.
Inuyasha.
So
I have to
that'll
remember what the heck happened the
well,
last time.
yeah. Hopefully, we'll get a good recap, as you know the series likes to do.
Yeah, Kagome, please.
Kagome, give us that recap for us. So that will be what we'd be talking about and watching next week. But that's it for Love Live Superstar for now,
Mm-hmm.
and that's gonna do it for this episode.
Mm-hmm.
For now.
For now. Well, I mean, this episode's done. It's in the bag. We can't come back to it.
It is in the bag. So there you go. If you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sac.cool, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup. You can buy our books, One Shining Moment, A Critical Analysis of Love Life Sunshine, and Hot Tubs and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. And yeah, that's it. That's all she wrote for Love Life Superstar for now. But if you'd like to continue on with us, check us out next week when we continue on our adventure in Inuyasha, when we talk about whatever episode we have to talk about next, because I don't want to look it up right now.
I don't know.
I'm lazy.
But there is a good one coming up. I know that.
Well, there you go. We'll see you then.
Bye.